Hi! Now, we all like to make a bit of money on the side, so let's have a think about stock photography. Now, I know that I said in one of my videos that stock photography was a thing of the past since digital, because everyone's doing it. But if you can think of a good idea, or if you can get models that will sign the piece of paper and working people, because they like working people, there are one or two shots that really work on stock. So I'm going to show you a still life today that I'm doing for stock photography, and I think it will probably be one of the few that's good for this type of thing. It really is the end, it's for the end of an era, and magazines will want photographs like this to say end of the era of 35mm photography, etc. So I'm hoping this one will sell, and I'll show you how I'm going to do it, alright? Now this is what we're going to do. I've got a few of my transparencies out. Now they're all ones that I've scanned, and they're all going to go in the dustbin. So I thought I might as well do something with them. So we'll take a picture of all this. It's taken me a bit of time to set up, and I'm going to add to it bit by bit. Add very carefully to it so it doesn't all fall over until we get a nice shape. Now I'll carry on doing this because I don't want to bore you. It's taken me an hour already to get to this stage. Right, now I'm just going to stick another one or two in there just to stop the black. Now that's it. Now all we're going to do is get down to the lighting. We're going to start with a softbox. Now I'm not too worried about the background at this moment, so it's just a matter of me playing around with the softbox to see what position I want it in. Now it might be best on a boom right over the top, but let's have a... You have to be very careful not to touch the table. We've got the softbox roughly in place, and now I'm going to worry about the background. So I'm going to put a light on the background, and that will tell me where to put the softbox definitively. Right, now I've put a lamp on the floor amongst all the old 35mm that I've selected that I didn't want to show, all the Kodachromes, etc. I've got the light underneath, and as you see there's a shadow from the table, but I'm going to use a black card to do what I want. Now you see it's quite a hard light at the moment, but I'll soften it with tracing paper and then we'll have a look. Right, so I've attached some tracing paper over the light just to soften it, and that'll give me more control on the light on the background. And now if I bring my card in, you'll see how I can control it quite happily and get quite a nice background going from light to dark if I want it. And if I bring the card in closer, if it's a bigger card, I can actually make it quite a sharp line. So as I bring it nearer the light, it gets a lot softer. Now what I've done is add a little curve, in fact, in the black card. So I've just cut it in a curve, and that will give me just a little bit more, just a little bit of a curve on the background. Now I think that's nice because you can do that with any shape, and it's just a matter really of the distance between the black card, the light and the background. I get the feeling it's very dark on one side, so I've taken away the polystyrene, and what I could do is put a last light reflector back in, but that's not going to be strong enough, so I think we'll add the light. Now I've got a light here that I think will brighten things up a bit. Now that might be too strong, we could cut that down a little by moving it backwards and just bring it round to the front a bit. It might give a nice reflection here, but let's have a look. What I think we can do is add a bit of colour in the background by putting a couple of gels over the light, and we can control that really as we want by either increasing exposure, so we can change colours as we want. But we'll do it without the colour to start with, and then we'll add. Now there's one thing that I want to talk about that's quite important with stock shots, and that is that you do the shot that can be cropped in different directions. Now in this one I've left a little place for someone to write a text if they want to. Never get too close, because if you get too close sometimes it means people can't actually use the shot, squeaky chair. Now I've also had to think about the audience that might look at it. Now it's going to be the general public that'll be looking at it. It won't be in a professional review, and even if it is, it'll work. So I haven't put 6x6 panoramics through the 6x6 array. I haven't put 10/8 transparencies because there's hundreds of those. I threw 4 cubic metres of these away. It's quite a nice picture of a car, old car. Anyway, I've got hundreds of these. I might show you some one day. So we'll throw those away. So we've stuck to 35mm transparencies because that's really the market that people, the average public, will know about. Now let's get on and take a couple of pictures. I think it's important, and then I'll explain to you the exposures, etc, etc. Now I've been working with video lights on at the same time up to now, so I've been a bit in the dark, as they say, or in the light. So let's get on, okay? Right, it'd be nice to get back to taking pictures rather than videos. So, now we'll just do a quick test. There you go, I'm going to have a look at that on my computer. That looks good. Cut. Right, now this is how it came out the camera. Now what don't we like about it? Well, of course it's black and white, isn't it? But I don't mind that so much. But what I don't like are these 3 transparencies here in the basket. They look very strange. Now what else is very strange? Well, maybe that at the back, that little hole. If not, I think it's quite nice. You see, I've left enough background for anyone to add background as they might like. There's another thing that I don't like, and that's here, which is my name on my copyright sign. That I don't really want in the picture. There it is. And I think there's an awful lot of flare. Now that's because I've got that big softbox shining right into the lens. So I think we'll get rid of that first. Now here's a little demonstration of flare. On the left hand side we've got a very wishy-washy picture because there's flare coming into the lens from the softbox and from the light under the table. On the right hand side I've masked off the light from the softbox and I've put something in front of the table on my side of the table to cut it down, and you see the amazing difference in contrast you get. It's a very, very important thing to get rid of flare, and it does change an image, particularly in colour. Now this is virtually a black and white image, but in colour it can change totally the colours. Now okay, this is the final shot. I like it like that. I like the black and white look. But what about a bit of colour in the background? Love it or hate it. Frankly, I hate it. But anyway, it's just to show you how I do it if I wanted to. Now this is what I use for gels. For this type of thing anyway. It's just the plastic for putting over books or little files. You can get those virtually anywhere. Any supermarket sells those and they're very cheap. The rest of the setup, very, very simple from the back. Now the side light is a Genesis 250 on minimum power, and the softbox, I've got no idea what power that is, and I'll have to go and have a look. The softbox is a Genesis 400 and it is on minimum power as well. That's the way that I've stopped the light getting in through from the softbox. And you see I just put a bit of polystyrene in front of the table to stop the light coming from underneath. So that stops the flare. And that's the camera setup, 160th at f10, 100 ISO. Well, now the big question, will it make money? I've got no idea. It's taken me probably 4 hours, but no, 5 hours, but that's including doing a video. So I don't know. I know there is a market for studio work. It could be making money for 10 years. Anyway, good luck with yours. Don't forget to subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Come and see us on the website where you've got all my videos. And cheers. See you soon.